What's going on, guys? It's Mercury, and welcome back to more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ranked battles for Regulation D. As you probably already saw from the title and thumbnail, today we're using a team centered around Enamorus and Thundurus, two genies that I think are a little bit underused currently in the current meta, but I definitely expect them to pick up in usage as people figure them out more. I'm super excited to share this team with you guys because it's got a couple of other niche picks that can definitely catch your opponents off guard, but if you do like this kind of content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing as well. Really helps the channel grow, and I'm going to keep putting out a lot of content for you guys. Now, typically we do a brief team analysis before we jump into the battles, but if you want to just skip all that, check out the timestamp right here and you'll get straight into the action. And yeah, without further ado, let's get it going. Alright, so diving right into the team breakdown here, we're first going to talk about Enamorus and Thundurus. So Enamorus has a great ability in Contrary. Now what Contrary does, if you don't know, Contrary will actually reverse all of your stat changes. So for example, if you get intimidated, you're taking a +1 in special attack instead of a -1. So really useful ability, and it's really great in conjunction with Thundurus' Eerie Impulse because you're able to get a Prankster Eerie Impulse into your own Enamorus, giving it a +2 boost to your special attack. This turns Enamorus into a really strong attacker, and I think Fairy types are great in the meta right now. So you have Springtide Storm, you have Earth Power, you have Steel Terra with Terra Blast to snipe things like Fluttermane. Obviously Earth Power is there for Heatran, and Springtide Storm, I guess you could go like Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam, but it's nice to have a spread move, and it's its signature move, so I figured why not put it on this set. Thundurus in general is just a great support Pokemon. Not a crazy amount to say about Thundurus. I figure most people know what it does, but I think one notable thing about it is that it actually has Taunt on this set instead of something like Protect. So Taunt enables you to completely shut down Amoonguss unless it has Mental Herb, obviously, but the majority of times Amoongusses will run like Rocky Helmet or Citrus Berry, for example. Speaking of Amoonguss, I got one on this team. Very standard Rocky Helmet Amoonguss. It's a mainly defensive spread, and the main thing that this Amoonguss does on the team is a counter to Urshifu, because Urshifu can give you problems sometimes, for example against Heatran. Now Heatran is a great Pokemon. With Terra Grass and Terra Blast, you're really good into the Urshifu matchup. You're not so great into the opposing Heatran matchup. I mean, you do have Flash Cannon on this set because I figured you already have Earth Power on the Enamorus, so you don't need another Earth Power on the team, and it's nice to have a double same type attack bonus. But the other two Pokemon on this team, you have Samurott Hisui. Samurott Hisui, I've seen a lot of people running the Assault Vest on this thing, but I've actually gone for a Life Orb and then 252 spread here, with Terra Poison as your main, method of defense against things like Fluttermane, for example. And Ceaseless Edge is a great move because it's able to set up spikes provided that you actually do land the attack, and even having just 1 or 2 layers of spikes can put opponents into range once they switch in of potentially being one-shot, for example, by Enamorus. Finally, you have Zoroark Hisui. Now this Pokemon, sometimes it is kind of just a bluff that you can have in Team Preview. You don't even need to bring it all the time, but it's definitely a good Pokemon, and the main spread, obviously, no one's going to run a different spread other than 252 with Focus Sash, because this thing is so frail, it's really not worth it. But it's really nice to disguise it, for example, as Heatran, and let's say they have like a Sneasler, for example, and they want to try and close combat your Heatran. Well, they're not going to do anything because you're a Ghost type, so yeah, you can still bluff, for example, with Zoroark Hisui, because you do have Flamethrower and Will-O-Wisp. You can pretend that you're Heatran. You can disguise it as Samurott Hisui. There's a million different things you can do, but yeah, overall I think this team works pretty well together. Obviously the main offensive core is Enamorus and Thundurus, but you can choose how to play it. And as always, we do have a question of the day. What Pokemon do you think is currently really underrated in Reg D? I don't have a great answer for this one, but given that, Zoroark Hisui is on this team, I'm going to say Zoroark Hisui because obviously, it has a stat boost from regular Zoroark. They really improved its stats, I think, by 5 or 10 base points, and that actually helps it. But the main thing is the Ghost typing. So you already have like 3 immunities, I believe. So you're immune to fighting, you're immune to Ghost, and you are immune to normal type moves. So it's a really good Pokemon. I'm excited to see how people are gonna, make it work in the future. But yeah, with all that being said, let's just get into the games. All right, first opponent here, we got Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Tornadus, Annihilate, Landorus, and Amoonguss. Okay, so Landorus Therian, so it means he'll have Intimidate. I'm not sure I like Hisui and Zoroark in this one, but I do want some form of speed control. I'm thinking, honestly, to just lead with the 2 genies, Enamorus and Thundurus. Potentially get off like a Thunder Wave. This also makes it so that if he does decide to go the Intimidate route, then we'd be fine. The only thing is we can't Thunder Wave Chi-Yu because it's immune due to being a Dark type. It's immune to Prankster. So if that's the case, we could bring a Moongus in the back, would be a decent Pokemon to bring, and then I'm thinking maybe Heatran. Yeah, let's do that for now. We're not going to bring out Hisui and Samurott in this one, although I think it might be decent into his team. It's just, he's got 2 Pokemon that are levitating that will take nothing from Spike's damage, so yeah, it's going to be interesting here for sure. Also, I think Chi-Yu is going to see a lot of usage, probably into the World Championships, like going into it, and also leading up into it. It's one of the better fire types around. Like, you've got Arcanine, you've got Hisui and Arcanine, but I don't know, Chi-Yu has always just been really, really strong. Like, it's got some crazy base stats, and we'll see if the opponent brings it in this game. I guess he could straight up lead, like, Fluttermane plus Chi-Yu. That might be a decent option for him, but I think we'd be okay in that case. Oh, that's a cool trainer card. I think we'd be okay if he led that, because I could get a Thunder Wave off onto the Fluttermane and then potentially just Protect, but let's see what he leads. He does go Amoonguss and Annihilate. Interesting. Okay. Now, one interesting thing is, I do have Springtide Storm here. But he could get the redirect, honestly, into my... You know what, though? We could just taunt either of his Pokemon. Yeah, let's go for that, and let's actually taunt the Amoonguss, because it'll be nice to taunt the Amoonguss. So he can't Rage Powder. Yep, knew he was going to do that, but that's okay, because we can still go for our Springtide Storm. We are going to taunt him. Hopefully he's not Mental Herb. That's the thing with closed team sheets, you never really know if they're Mental Herb. Springtide Storm does miss. Who does it miss? Okay, misses the Amoonguss, which is honestly fine, as he gets a Bulk Up off. So now that the Amoonguss is taunted, you can only go for Pollen Puff or switch it out. And he has Leftovers Annihilate, okay. So I'm thinking he might want a Terra here. And what's common for Annihilate right now in terms of Terra? I think it's probably just Fire or Water, I assume. And I'm not really sure if I want to potentially be eating a Rage Fist here. I'm debating just going for a Wild Bolt Storm here, because I think most of his Pokemon don't want to switch into that, yeah. Let's go for another one of those, and then we're going to go for an Eerie Impulse into our own Enamorus to actually get the attack boost, or the boost to our special attack. Now, I think if he does... Yeah, he does switch the Amoonguss, but is he going to Terra the Annihilate? If it's Terra Water, that's fine. He'd probably not be expecting to live another one, but we might just be able to smack it pretty hard here. And actually, now that he switches into the Chi-Yu... Interesting, he protects here. So we are going to Eerie Impulse ourselves. I think this is perfect, actually. We get the special attack boost. Chi-Yu hopefully will not dodge the Springtide Storm. I mean, we are Wide Lens, so hopefully... Yes, it does hit, looks like. Perfect, and it almost takes it out. Very nice. We get the attack drop, but that's obviously not going to matter, with Chi-Yu being a special attacker. Now I'm considering, honestly, just going for, like, maybe a Wild Bolt Storm plus a Springtide Storm. I'm not sure here. The only problem is if he Scarf Chi-Yu, then we're not looking good. I could go for another Eerie Impulse into the Enamorus, maybe, to get our attack stat to like a really high level. Just not sure here. We could just go for Wild Bolt Storm to get more damage, and also in case he goes Terra Water on the, or sorry, Terra Fire on the Annihilate. Yeah, let's actually do that, because we're not really sure what his next move is going to be. Yeah, Terastalization does come out here as I thought, and we actually have Steel Terra on both of our Genies, so that's definitely not good. I was actually kind of worried that it would be the Chi-Yu there, and it is Terra Fire, so I think we made the right call here. I was worried if the Chi-Yu Terastalized, then he'd probably be Choice Scarf and just try and go for like a Heat Wave or something. Springtide Storm does come out, does a lot of damage. Now hopefully we're able to take out the Annihilate. We actually gave him... Oh, he's not Defiant. I was going to say we gave him an attack boost, but our Wild Bolt Storm does just knock out the Annihilate, so that's perfect. We are actually set up in a very, very good position for this endgame. We haven't taken damage with either of our Pokemon yet, and we're sitting with a +2 Enamorus, and he's got, what, Amoonguss in the back? And depends on who his last Pokemon is, too. But wow. This team is strong. If you catch your opponent off guard, oh boy. So what's his last Pokemon going to be here? It's actually Landorus. Okay, fair enough. We have Contrary on the Enamorus, of course. So, you know what? I'm fine to just go for another... Or actually, we could just go for Protect here and hopefully... Do we want to Terra any of the Pokemon in the back? Potentially save our Terra for Heatran, probably. I don't think we need to Terra either of our other Pokemon right now. So I'm okay to go for a Protect here, and then probably just a Taunt into the Amoonguss. Because we really don't want that thing getting off a Spore. But yeah, opponent's just going to forfeit. And super, super quick match for our first game there. That was absolutely incredible. My opponent didn't have the right counters into our team. I think if he had maybe brought like Tornadus and then just gone for like a crazy Overheat play plus Tailwind onto our Enamorus, he would have been in a much better spot. And yeah, looks like Terra Fire didn't save him there. At least not on the Annihilate. So really great game one, and that just goes to show how strong this team is. The one thing I will note about this team is that we are kind of weak to Chien Pao. Just because Chien Pao does hit a lot of our Pokemon for super effective damage. Actually, I think with the common Chi-Yu sets that you run, like Ice Spinner, Sucker Punch, and Sacred Sword, you can pretty much hit every one of our Pokemon for super effective damage. But yeah, excellent first game. Alright, we actually see a Dondozo Tatsugiri team with Cresselia and Hisuian Decidueye, Hatterene, and Ting-Lu. So a couple Pokemon you really don't see often. Like Ting-Lu has fallen off so much in usage since Reg C. And then the Decidueye I haven't seen, like, ever. At least not lately. Okay, I'm going to lead Samurott on this one. Amoonguss for the Trick Room mode. Yeah, let's bring Genies in the back, just in case, because Heatran's not good into his team. Zoroark is, but I don't know. Yeah, let's bring this for now. I was going to say Zoroark is pretty good into his team, but if he goes for, like, Trick Room right off the bat, which probably Hatterene and Cresselia both have, then we're in a bit of trouble, but we're going to have to try and play around that. This team just looks like a nightmare to deal with. It's definitely unique, like, I'll give him that. It's definitely unique. He's using a couple Pokemon that you never see anymore. Like Ting-Lu, you don't see much Dondozo anymore either, but it's kind of making a comeback, which I don't like. You guys know how I feel about Dondozo. Dondozo is a nightmare to play against if the opponent plays it right, but we'll see. Maybe they won't. They might not even bring it. Just feels like the best thing to have on this team, so Hatterene and Decidueye. We could Terra Poison here. We know he's going to want a Trick Room. Man, you can't even taunt the Hatterene because it has Magic Bounce. Say we just go for Ceaseless Edge, and then we can Spore the... No, we can't Spore the Decidueye. Let's just Protect. Yeah, you can't Spore Hatterene either, so we're not looking good with the Amoonguss. I should have just let Genies right off the bat. We're going to try and get damage off. If we can take out Hatterene, we'll be in a way, way better spot. But Terra Poison kind of helps us and hurts us because he will have Psychic-type moves now. But Ceaseless Edge is decent for getting up spikes. Oh, he's Citrus Berry, interesting. That makes things harder. Not impossible, but definitely a lot harder. Brave Bird. Ooh. I am really glad I protected there. And he does go for Trick Room, okay. Fair enough. I think we protect Samurott here, and then we swap out into Thundurus, because that way if he goes for Brave Bird, we're in a good spot. He could also Psychic that slot, predicting a swap out. I think we have to swap out, though. If he doubles up onto Amoonguss, that's really bad. We're going to go into Thundurus, hopefully resist the Brave Bird. I did not expect to fight a Decidueye today. Hopefully he tries to Psychic the Samurott. Yeah, he did. He went for Psyshock. Okay. And Brave Bird. Oh, he doubled the Samurott. Interesting. Like, we do have Sucker Punch. But now I kind of wish I hadn't Terra'd yet. Okay, wait. If we go into Enamorus... I mean, we don't really need Samurott anymore. Like, he kind of did his job just getting up some spikes. But I also don't want to lose Thundurus. We're going to Sucker Punch and then swap back into Amoonguss. Amoonguss might be taking some hefty damage here. Oh, it didn't KO. No. Even with Life Orb, it's not strong enough. Yeah, we're gonna get taken out by Psyshock here. Man, we're facing so much Trick Room today that it's not even funny. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I do stream on Twitch as well. I'm not sure if this one will go up, but I guess we'll see. Okay, he takes Rocky Helmet damage and recoil, so that did a lot. I think we have one more turn of Trick Room left after this. Two, okay. Thinking Protect here, and then we go for probably a Pollen Puff just to try and take out the Hatterene. Just not sure if it does. Oh, he actually would have been faster anyway. Huh. Under Trick Room, I mean. But that doesn't take us out, luckily. And then, what does he go for? He went for Brave Bird, but we protected. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish we had actually just gotten the... or taking care of the Hatterene earlier, but there's not much we could have done there. An Icy Wind is pretty threatening. I think we have to go for Springtide here, and then we could switch out. I guess we don't have to switch out. We can go for Springtide here into Spore. Yeah, one turn left of Trick Room. No, I really don't want to take damage on my Enamorus. We're going to Spore the Tatsugiri. He probably goes into Dondozo here, but we'll see. I don't think he switched out. I forget how the switching order goes under Trick Room. He protected, okay. Not a lot of Tatsugiris run Protect, so that's actually pretty good for him. And yeah, it's just Brave Bird. Alright, finally Trick Room has expired. So... I think we have to go for Wild Bolt into... I guess we don't need Amoonguss. Probably has Dondozo on the back anyway, right? We're gonna go for Wild Bolt. And then just the Rage Powder. I'm okay with Amoonguss going down here, and then in the end game we just have our two Genies, but we do connect. Perfect. That really didn't do much, did it? We do get Paralysis though, that's nice. Oh, he's Lumberry. I was gonna say, it can't be Citrus Berry, right? Okay, so he went for Brave Bird. Alright, so now we can get our strategy going, which we actually could have done from the start. I was just so scared of Trick Room, and then, like, you know, you don't want to get your stats boosted up and then go for, like, or then have to switch out. So we're going to go for Eerie Impulse into our own Enamorus, and then go for a Springtide Storm. Hopefully we don't miss. I can see him protecting probably his Tatsugiri this turn. Yep, just like I thought. Okay, please don't miss. Please don't miss. We have Wide Lens. Please do not miss. Nice. Okay, if it's not Dondozo in the back, I think we're in a much better spot, but it could be. It very well could be. It is Dondozo, okay. And he still has access to Terra. Like, the Spikes damage is nice here because it takes him down to 7/8 of his health. Also, some of them aren't even, like, unaware. Okay, here we have an option. We can go for Wild Bolt Storm, but I think he Terras on this turn. This is the turn that I would Terra if I were him. So let's see. I'm thinking like Thunder Wave, just to get him paralyzed. And then if that's the case, we can try and protect. It's kind of a risk. We can also taunt him to make sure he can't set up substitutes and stuff, and go for protect. Let's go for Thunder Wave. I think we just want to attack, actually. Actually, now let's protect. He's got to Terastalize, right? Yeah. He needs to get rid of his weakness. Okay, so he is Terra Steel. That's good. I was considering attacking, and then I was like, if he's Terra Steel, he's not going to take anything from my Springtide Storm. I just hope he's not unaware. So we're going to get the T-Wave off. Maybe we get a lucky full paralysis. I don't know. Nice. Wave crashes into the right slot. Perfect. And is he leftovers? He's not. Okay. So we're just going to double attack this turn. Go for Earth Power. I think he's probably unaware, right? Yeah, he's unaware. Well, we get a Spadef drop. That's really good. And we don't miss. Sweet. So another one will KO. I don't think we take this, though. Yeah, no, we don't take it. It's not going well. It's definitely not going well. I don't know, maybe we get lucky and take out Tatsugiri with like a crit or something. Just depends on if we miss. And we don't miss, okay. So that means we still have a chance. Okay, I need this Wild Bolt Storm to do a lot of damage. I just don't know his spread with Tatsugiri, that's the problem. Like, he's not running Choice Scarf because he was protecting. So he could be like a bulky one. In the end, I mean, single target Wild Bolt Storm should do good damage. And we should outspeed too. Let's see. Nice, we do take out Tatsugiri, perfect. Whew, okay, that one was definitely shaky. But, hey, at least we got to play Hisui and Samurott a little bit, so I'm definitely happy about that. The Spikes damage is like super, super crucial there. Yeah, good riddance to Dondozo, I guess, but Dondozo is super, super annoying. I'm hoping to see it less, but I think people are starting to pick it up again, so I don't know. Still definitely a strong Pokemon, it's just I don't like it at all. But yeah, that was a really good game. I don't know, we could have gone for the Genie strategy a little earlier in the match, but I wanted to show off Hisui and Samurott, so yeah, that's what that was. Ooh, this looks like a series, or a Regulation 3 team. So he's got Fluttermane, Chiyu, Iron Bundle, Amoonguss, Palafin, and Scizor. Okay. So, Samurott could be good, but he's got a couple things to hit it pretty hard. Depends if he brings Bundle. Like, we don't have the best speed control here. I'm just thinking to leave the Genies again. Depends if he goes Scizor, though. Actually, I was thinking of different leads that I could go here, so we could just straight up lead Genies. We could go Samurott Amoonguss, but Amoonguss doesn't look to be the best in this matchup. Because I'm scared of having the Iron Bundle out on the field against like all my Pokemon that are weak to it. If I were the opponent, I'd definitely bring Bundle. Samurott Amoonguss, Genies in the back. I don't know, it could work. You never know. I just want to make the most use out of Samurott on this team because it's such a cool Pokemon. I don't think it's found its niche yet. I mean, I know there's like an Assault Vest set that some people have been playing, but this one is Life Orb because I want to try and get some damage onto the opponents, potentially with like Sucker Punches and stuff. It's just a little bit scary into all of the really strong Pokemon that are out there that can just outspeed it and KO it before it can get much done. But let's see what the opponent leads here. He's going to go Iron Bundle Palafin. Interesting. So, I assume the Palafin will be switching out. And he is booster speed on Bundle. We should be able to take one Freeze Dry if that's the case, right? I know we don't have the best special defense, but... I think we could Protect and then Spore. He might just switch out. Palafin and then Protect Bundle. The only problem is we have so many things weak to Iron Bundle. It's just a really good Pokemon. Yeah, let's go for Protect and Spore. I think it's a relatively safe play. Yep, so he switches Palafin like I thought. And he goes into Amoonguss, okay. Definitely a little bit scary. Ooh. Terra Ghost? Or Terra Ice, maybe? Terra Ice. Okay, please target the Samurott. If he doesn't, we're in trouble. Please target Samurott. A Sleeping Bundle would be perfect here. He targeted Amoonguss. Oh no! Is this gonna one-shot? It should. Oh, it didn't. Nice, okay. Sweet. Okay. We have a chance. So we know he's going to Spore us this turn. Kind of leaves us in a tricky spot though. Okay, so he's got Palafin in the back. Probably... Who else would it be his fourth? I'm not really sure. Probably just Flutter Mane then. But yeah, Amoonguss actually takes that like a champ. Absolutely crazy. It's a Terra Ice Freeze Dry. I'm gonna go here and then swap out into Thundurus. So we get the Regenerator going, we get hopefully damage and spikes off. Kinda wish we were safety goggles at this point, but yeah, Thundurus gonna come out. We can taunt him next turn. That actually did a fair amount of damage. It's really nice. It's because we're Life Orb. And yeah, he gets the Spore off, okay. Now I don't want Bundle waking up here. And I know Thundurus cannot take a Freeze Dry for a fact. So we might have to commit our Terror onto it. Okay, so we're going to Ceaseless Edge. Doesn't really matter what we do with Samurott. He's still asleep. And then do we want to taunt? I think we want to taunt. Yeah, we're going to taunt Amoonguss and just hopefully he's not Mental Herb. That's the problem with closed team sheet though. You never know if they're Mental Herb or not. Or like what item they're exactly running or what Terra they are, for example. Nice thing about Terra Steel, though, is that now we would have to rely on hitting like a Hydro Pump with Bundle, which is nice. He might not even wake up, though. Okay, he Rage Powdered. Perfectly okay. Let's see if the Bundle woke up. Ideally, no. Perfect, no wake. Samurott stays asleep, but we can actually potentially pressure a Sucker Punch here. And then just go for Wild Bolt Storm, because that should KO Bundle. Actually, hang on, we go for that. Would he Pollen Puff, or would he swap his Amoonguss? He might swap his Amoonguss, so let's go for this, and then we're going to go for Wild Bolt Storm, just in case he swaps Amoonguss. I was considering going for the Eerie Impulse, but he goes into Flutter Mane, okay. Fair enough. Next turn we can actually get a Thunder Wave off into it. Samurott wakes up, nice. And we do get the Sucker Punch, and Bundle is taken care of. Perfect, okay, so where does this leave us? We're going to get a bit of damage onto Flutter Mane. Now, 30% chance to Paralyze with Wild Bolt Storm. And it is single target, so actually we'll do a bit more damage than we're anticipating normally. If we connect, and we do. Perfect. Do we get Paralysis? Please? No, we don't. Okay. Can't have everything, I guess. But now, if his last Pokemon is Palafin... Okay, he went into Amoonguss. Yeah, at least it didn't miss. Okay, so we can Sucker Punch... He might be wanting to Pollen Puff himself. I don't know, I feel like making a read. But, like, what does Flutter Mane do if not attack? I think we should Sucker Punch, because it should drop to that, right? No, let's actually Protect here. And then we're going to taunt the Amoonguss. Because he can't one-shot my Thundurus. He does Protect, nice. He's probably just trying to put it to sleep. Okay, good, good. We got that read right. Samurott protects. Oh, just everyone protects, I guess. That being said, he also wasn't boosted on the Flutter Mane, so interesting. Not sure who he has in the back. Definitely want the Amoonguss taunted. We're going to go out into our own Amoonguss and then taunt his Amoonguss. He probably knows we want to do that, but I just don't want him potentially getting a Spore off. Like, Spore is ridiculous. It's one of the best moves in the game. I really don't want him landing it on either of our Pokemon, so he did Rage Powder. And yeah, now that we can taunt him, we're in a much better spot. Exactly, it's way, way better to be safe than asleep. Low-key, we could switch into our own Samurott again? Thinking. That way we get another Regenerator boost. If you went for Dazzling Gleam, it wouldn't be preferable, but yeah. Amoonguss is taunted. You know what? Let's protect the Amoonguss. No, actually. Yeah, we're going to swap here, and then we're going to Thunder Wave the Flutter Mane. He might swap the Amoonguss on this turn, but he didn't. Okay, perfect. I hope. I hope he didn't. We don't know for sure yet. So, Samurott comes out. We are going to Thunder Wave Flutter Mane unless he goes for a Protect, which he did not. That's okay. Maybe he went for Shadow Ball. I don't know. Or even like Substitute or something. So I guess he's Pollen Puffing his own Flutter Mane. Ooh, but he gets paralyzed. Very, very nice. I'm totally okay with this. Like, yeah, he is at, like, full health again. The only problem is, how do we deal with the Amoonguss? Low-key, I want to go into my own Enamorus and then set up our Springtide Storm. Or sorry, our Eerie Impulse into it. Which I could. We're just going to go for Eerie Impulse into Flutter Mane, because damage is not my main concern right now on the Flutter Mane. And he does protect. Okay. This game is a long-winded mind game. Huh. So I guess he's going for Pollen Puff onto me. 2 layers of Spikes up, though, is kind of nice. Pollen Puff shouldn't KO here, right? I guess he's Citrus Berry? Yep, Citrus Berry Amoonguss. Fair enough. So he's going to heal most of that back, but we're still in a decent spot here. This doesn't KO, right? Yeah, no way. At least it can't protect. The Moose is still taunted, right? Should be, for one more turn, yep. Okay. It is quite a threat, though. Yeah, so we're gonna... Let's just double attack. Oh, and he swaps, perfect. So this must be Palafin, right? Perfect. If we can get a Wild Bolt Storm onto this Palafin, that is so nice. Please. Oh, we do connect, okay, good. And we almost KO him. Crazy. Nice, and we pick up KO on Flutter Mane, that is perfect. Samurott actually doing so much work in this one. Wow. I'm really surprised. Look at that Spikes damage. Absolutely crazy. And the nice part is, we can kind of ignore Amoonguss. I mean... Let's go into Amoonguss here. And then let's taunt. He could protect and then attack our Thundurus though, but we just really don't want this thing to get off a ton of damage. So let's go into our own Amoonguss, which he can't really do much to. I think Taunt is the safe play here. He probably goes for Terra Water Jet Punch this turn, if I had to guess. He didn't. It just gives us the taunt, okay. I guess he's pollen puffing his own, what's it called? Palafin. Ooh, that almost KOs him, though. Yeah, so he gets a pollen puff, fair enough, but, like, other than that, what's he doing? So we can probably actually pollen puff our own Thundurus, just in case we take damage, and then go for Wild Bolt Storm. Interesting. He's trying to stall up the taunt at this point. That's really funny. Like, we know he can't, but he's trying. We do a bit of damage on Amoonguss. Do we get paralysis? Let's see. We got a crit, but we do not. Yeah, so that's gonna do like nothing, obviously. I think this is the win condition, though. If we can keep our Thundurus healthy. But Amoonguss can't do anything into it, right? So, what's really even the point? We can just Rage Powder, and then attack, and just hope that he doesn't KO us. Or, sorry, that we don't miss Wild Bolt Storm. Because that should KO Palafin at this range. Went for Jet Punch, he's taking Rocky Helmet Chip. He's probably going to try and self-Pollen Puff here. Please don't miss. We do not miss. Excellent. We have this one tied up. And by tied up, I mean we have it in the bag. Yeah, playing around that Flutter Mane and its Protect was really scary, because at any point he could have clicked, like, you know, Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam or whatever, but yeah, at this point, he can't do anything. We can just taunt him again infinitely. Maybe you can just go for Pollen Puff. Or I guess the correct play would just be to go for Protect, taunt on the Amoonguss. Yeah, he can't win. He's probably going to forfeit here. Yeah, good game. So Samurott actually putting in a lot more work than in the previous matches. It's definitely a good Pokemon. I just think it hasn't really found its niche yet. Like, probably Assault Vest is going to be the best way to play it going forward, because it's not really much of an attacker. Its attack stats really aren't all that impressive. I think they're base like 105 or something. But with Life Orb, he does a decent amount of damage, and I didn't really need Assault Vest there. I mean, it would have helped against the Pollen Puff, but yeah, regardless, like, you wouldn't be taking too many Dazzling Gleams or Moonblasts anyway, even if you had an Assault Vest, so I don't know. That's why I wanted to put a Life Orb on this one, and he did some work, so I'm pretty happy we got to use him. Alright, we're actually seeing Wo-Chien and Moltres, two Pokemon you rarely see. And then you've got Sneasler plus Indeedee, so that's probably the Psychic Seed Unburden strat. And then Flutter Mane, Urshifu, pretty standard. So, who do we want to lead? I think Zoroark could come out in this one. Yeah, that might be good for getting a Will-O-Wisp off into it if he goes for that. Also, Amoonguss could be pretty good. Depends if he has Psychic and stuff, but yeah, let's lead with these guys. I was considering Heatran as well. Yeah, Heatran in the back would be nice, because a lot of his team can't do much into Heatran. I think we'll bring Heatran as our fourth to disguise it as Enamorus. Or sorry, disguise Zoroark as Heatran. And then, yeah, I guess Enamorus could work without the other Genie, but let's bring these four for now. We'll see if this works. Yeah, I have been seeing Moltres pick up a little bit in usage. I guess you could go like Terra Water or Grass to get around, you know, your rock weakness, and then just do better into a lot of Pokemon like Urshifu, because Urshifu is everywhere, so I feel like with most teams that you build, you have to have a counter into Urshifu, you have to have a counter into Flutter Mane as well, but the opponent actually just going to lead Sneasler and Indeedee here, straight off the bat. Okay. This team seems familiar. Also, he could be Acrobatics. You know what, though? I kind of just want a Flamethrower to not bluff. But he probably knows that it might be our Zoroark. Huh. Maybe he lets us burn him? I don't know. What else would he go for, right? Follow Me, maybe a Helping Hand. Helping Hand would make sense, right? Okay, we're gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. Let's go for... No, let's go for Protect. Because I want to scout if he's Terra Flying Acrobatics. Or maybe... Maybe he's not. Nice! We tricked him. It doesn't affect Heatran because we're not Heatran. And we get a Will-O-Wisp off. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone better on turn 1 unless we'd put the Indeedee to sleep as well. So, definitely happy about that one. Now at this point, even if he is Terra Flying Acrobatics, he won't be getting a ton of damage off into us. So, definitely a pretty good play. Okay, so Zoroark actually did prank the opponent, which is really funny. But yeah. Now at this point, what do we want to go for? Hyper Voice just for consistent damage, I guess. Who else did he have? He had Urshifu, unless he didn't bring it. Considering Terra Normal Hyper Voice for a lot of damage. Let's go for this, and then we'll go for a Spore. Hopefully he's not Safety Goggles. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I was targeting Indeedee anyway. Ooh, Swords Dance to get around this. Interesting. Oh, he's Safety Goggles, isn't he? Ooh, that puts us in a tricky, tricky spot. But okay, okay. It's not over. Now what does he go for? He knows we're Zoroark. The problem is we have all special attackers. Yeah, Terra Normal Hyper Voice would probably be good here. We need to take this thing out. But at the same time, he has Urshifu in the back, probably, so... Let's go for a Hyper Voice. And probably just a Rage Powder. Just in case he attacks. He didn't Terra. Now, is he Acrobatics? That would be very scary if he were. He is. We take that pretty well. Rocky Helmet Chip. Hyper Voice going to do some damage. And he's D-Gleam, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. You know what? Zoroark's actually in a bit of trouble now. Because, like, Okay, if the opponent makes a crazy read and goes for a close combat, then, like, kudos to him. But I think we need to go into Heatran here. And then Protect. Oh, I'm really hoping he doesn't do that play. Yet I still think the most likely Terra option for our team is gonna be Heatran. He actually makes a swap here. Okay, fair enough. He's gonna want the Psychic Terrain for later as well. So he goes Moltres. Whoa, why does Moltres look so, like, desaturated? That's weird. It's not even shiny, is it? Yeah, he did just go for the Acrobatics, okay. Oh, I wish I had Substitute on this Heatran, but I don't. Is he likely to go for close combat here? Is my question. Don't want to lose Heatran yet I don't want to Terra it. I think we're going to Protect here and then probably go into Enamorus, because Enamorus is not doing much for us right now. Not really even sure why I brought it, actually. I just kind of didn't want to bring Samurott into this one because he has like a lot of things to hit it super hard. So let's hope that he's able to... Or actually, let's see. He went for close combat. Yeah, okay, so we got that read right. And then he goes for Hurricane. And misses. Okay, he would have tried to Hurricane the Mungus. Now, do we even feint to a close combat is my question. I just wish I'd been able to get a bit of damage onto the Sneasler. It's just funny, there have been no KOs so far. Our best play here is probably go into Zoroark, and then I think... Yeah, because he'll go down to one more turn of... one more burn damage turn, so... Honestly, we're just trying to stall out the burn damage, because I don't have a great way to hit Sneasler, ironically. We're going to Protect, just in case he has Dire Claw. I'm okay if he were to, like, make a crazy read and, like, KO Zoroark, for example. Here he comes back out. Enamorus protects. Did he go for Dire Claw? I hope he did. Close combat. Okay, so this is absolutely excellent. And he goes for Hurricane and it gets blocked. Perfect. So we took out the Sneasler with, like, burn chip damage. That's really funny. You never really see that happen, but you really gotta adapt on the fly with this team. But we were able to prank him turn 1 with Hisui and Zoroark, so I'm pretty happy about that one. Alright, and DD gonna come back out, which means Psychic Terrain is coming back up. So Psychic moves will be doing more. The bad thing is I can't even go for Bitter Malice anymore, so... At this point, Yeah, Zoroark is actually putting in so much more work than I thought he would. It's really funny. The rest of his team. Is it even worth it to conserve Zoroark? I think it is. Because he's not doing much in the Heatran, so we're free to go back into Heatran here. And what would be better, Springtide Storm or Earth Power? I think I just want to get some damage, get some Springtide Storms going. Yeah, we're making a lot of switches this game, but I kind of feel like I have to. I just don't want to lose Zoroark. We'll hopefully conserve it for whatever's in the back. Protects Indeedee, okay. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people underestimated Zoroark. At least the base form really isn't all that strong. But the Hisuian one is actually pretty good. He gets off with Tailwind, interesting. Ironically, Terra Blast seems like a decent option here into the Moltres. But no, I don't think it's a big threat right now, so we're going to Flash Cannon Indeedee. And I guess we could... No, we don't want to Terra. We don't want to Terra either of our Pokemon, because Moltres cannot attack... I mean, he can damage us, but I don't want him getting a super effective Fire-type move into, like, a Steel-type Enamorus. So, yeah, we're going to go for... I'm thinking Flash Cannon is better into Indeedee, and then Springtide Storm. We're really not in the worst of positions. So I guess this is just Hurricane. And he does hit. That's going to do considerable damage. That did a lot. Wow, I actually didn't expect that to KO, so... Good stuff. I don't know, man. Relying on Hurricane to do, like, your main damage is always risky. Huh, so he is Citrus Berry. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but this Moltres, like, looks so desaturated. Is that just how it looks in this game? Now we can just Terra Blast the Urshifu. And I think we win. I think we win. There's no use in protecting, because if you were to attack into our Enamorus, then yeah. Ooh, but he kind of has me pinned here. How many more turns of Tailwind? 2. Okay, we're actually going to go into Amoonguss. And then we're going to protect. Yeah, like I wanted to get damage, but I don't think he attacks my Enamorus this turn, at least with his Urshifu. This also allows us to potentially look into getting a Terra out from the opponent, but he doesn't go for Terra, okay. Please attack the Amoonguss. He did, and we're gonna see Rocky Helmet damage. So is it 1/6 or is it 1/8? I think it's 1/8. Let me see here. It's 1/6, isn't it? That's a lot, actually. Yeah, because he's already at half health. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Even if we lose Amoonguss this turn, that's totally okay. He went for Heat Wave, and this is going to take out Amoonguss, right? Yeah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Ooh, we're actually not looking great here, because the Moltres is kind of a threat now. As long as he misses a Hurricane or, like, survives, or Heatran survives a Hurricane, then I think we're okay. Neither of us have Terra'd. We are going to Terra Blast here. And then, honestly, at this point, I feel like we should just... Nah, Because what if we do go down to a Hurricane? What's better, Terra Blast or Springtide Storm in the Moltres? I think Terra Blast at this point. It's kind of weird to use it as just a normal, like, Terra Blast, but let's go for it. This could have been the wrong play. This could be a throw, but let's see. Like, that Rocky Helmet damage is really nice. Perhaps not necessary, though. So Terra Grass Heatran will resist Surging Strikes. We're not going to take much. And then it's up to him to like hit a Hurricane at this point. Hopefully he doesn't. Yeah, he missed. Perfect. Oh, he went for Enamorus anyway. Okay, so Terra Blast... Oh, I thought that was my Heatran. Terra Blast does more damage than Springtide Storm at this point. And Terra Blast onto Urshifu will take it out. Unless he's Focus... Oh no, he can't be Focus Sash, because... Or he could have been, but I mean, he had already taken a lot of damage, so... Perfect. Now at this point we have options. It's his last turn of Tailwind, right? So I think we can actually just stall out. Or no, we don't have to anymore. Perfect. Now we can go for Flamethrower into Terra Blast, I guess. Yeah, and our opponent forfeits. I don't know, that one could have gone either way in the end because I wasn't really set up to like do a lot if he'd hit that Hurricane into Heatran and like predicted the Terra Grass, but did our opponent even Terra that game? I don't think he did. Either way, that's the team. I hope you guys enjoyed that team. I don't know, I think there's still a lot of different ways to use Hisui and Samurott that I personally haven't figured out. Maybe the Assault Vest is the way to go, but we'll see. I'll probably feature it again in the future. But for now, at least it did some work. It didn't come out in that last match, but it did some work in the other games, so I'm super happy about that. I really like the Pokemon overall. It's a huge upgrade from regular Samurott, but yeah.